Is your child speaking or communicating? This is an important question a parent should ask themselves when you take your child to speech therapy sessions. Speech versus communication. Speech means your child can talk words. Communication means your child can use those words to communicate with you, to send a message to you, to send message to one or many adults. So, as a parent, we need to work on this communication part of the child. So, even if your child talks 4 words, you have to ensure that those 4 words are used by the child to communicate with you and many more adults. So, that is where the communication part will improve. You would have taken your child for many speech assessment. However, we need to do a communication assessment for your child. So, we need to understand what stage of communication your child is. So, your first step to improve the communication of your child to understand what stage of communication your child is. So, let's see what stage of communication your child is. Communication stage 1. Say if your child wants something to eat and the snack is on a shelf. If your child goes and stands near the snack but does not look at you and does not look at the snack either. So just stands near this snack and does not send any intentional message to you by looking at you to let you know that he wants a snack. So here the child goes and stands near the snack but doesn't look at you or the snack. This stage we call communication stage 1. Communication stage 2. Say if your child wants something to eat, he pushes your hands to the snack to let you know that he wants that snack. So here child is sending a message to you but not verbally, however using a gesture of moving your hand to what he or she wants. Similarly, if they want to open the door, they will push your hand near to the door to let you know that they want to open the door. So in this stage, the child is passing a message to an adult but without looking at the adult or without using a word. So this is communication stage 2. So in stage 2, children may start using single word to communicate with an adult. So that also is part of communication stage 2. One important point in communication stage 2 is pointing. So pointing is not something what you ask your child to point. For example, if you ask your child to point an apple and your child points to the apple, it is not called pointing. Pointing is something which your child points by himself by taking the initiation. For example, if your child wants water, the child should point using the index finger to the water and should say water. And if your child wants a snack, the child should point to the snack and say the snack name. And if the child is afraid of someone, the child should point to the person and cry, or point to the person and say, I'm afraid. So this is called pointing. The pointing should come naturally from the child, and this pointing plays an important role in the language development. Communication stage 3. Does your child respond to comments appropriately? Responding to comments is different from instruction following. So instruction following is where you give a command and your child follow that. Here I am giving a comment and the child is responding to the comment. So what is a comment? For instance, if I say cooker is hot, the child should say should not touch. If you say TV, he should say TV is off. If you say Amma cooking, he should say nice smell. For your child to respond to comments, you have to first start commenting instead of questioning or giving instruction. For example, when you talk to an adult, you either make a statement, you talk in sentence, you don't question, you don't give instruction to the adult. So your way of communication to another adult is not questioning or not giving instruction. Instead, you make statements. And the other adult will respond to your statement with another statement. However, when you talk to your child, your way of communication is always a question or giving instruction to your child or saying no. So, only if you change the way you communicate with your child will start talking in statements or sentences. Communication stage 4. So, now that we saw all three stages of communication, once the child is capable of doing all those points in those three stages, the stage 4 pops in. So, here the child is capable of making a conversation, capable of making more than 10 turns while making a conversation. So, this is the ultimate objective which you need to work on. So, check in which communication stage your child fits in and work on that skill to make him move to the next stage. Talk to your speech therapist to understand these communication stages and work on the communication part of the child. So first, talk to your therapist about communication stage. Let's see in next few videos on how you can improve your way of communication with your child. So we'll give some important tips for you to work with your child to improve the communication between you and your child. Key points to improve communication. First step is to stop questioning and start talking in single words with your child. Look at your child's eyes and talk. When you talk, use pointing and lot of gestures with excitement. So, instead of asking, do you want water? Just say water, pointing at the water bottle and looking at your child. So, take a print of these key points or write down these points in a paper and put it on a wall so that you remind yourself not to question your child but to communicate with your child. Thank you. Like and share the video if you find the content informative. Thank you.